Well, that just came without warning. Just as well I had my brolly handy. I mean, I haven't got my waterproofs on. So there's one advantage of a brolly. Quick access. Yeah, that just opened up. And I would have got fairly wet. Welcome back everyone to the Y Explorer channel. I'm here today to talk about the humble brolly. Nearly every single one of us have used this bit of kit at some point or another, but have we ever taken it on a hike? I do, personally. I use a brolly. I take a brolly on every single hike. If I'm going out multi-day hiking, there's a brolly in the side of my rucksack. This brolly. Now this isn't particularly lightweight, this is just over 700 grams. There are lighter brollies, which weigh in the region of 250 grams. But this has served my purpose. My father used to say to me, and my brother many years ago, it's keeping dry that's the thing, lads, it's keeping dry that's the thing. Now he served in the SAS for 22 years. He'd served all over the planet and he'd spent a lot of time in the jungles. He knew what he was talking about. You see, anybody can get wet. You can be a hero. You can get soaking wet if you want. But it's keeping dry. That's the thing. That's the wise thing to do. That's a good situation to be in, is to be in a dry one. So today we're going to have a look at the brolly. And we're going to look at 5 advantages of using a brolly out on a multi-day hike. Alright, let's get into it. I'll show you some images as we go along, and I'll read out some of the pointers. Okay, let's take a look. Number 1. If hiking, you're able to just whip the brolly out quickly, as opposed to frantically putting your waterproofs on. This saves energy because you don't have to put your rucksack on and take it off multiple times due to weather that rapidly changes from wet to dry. We all know that one. Of course, if in stormy conditions it doesn't work so well, but a few extra grams is still worthwhile because it gives you increased options. And that's the point. It saves energy. I mean, when I'm hiking, multi-day hiking, and I've got my brolly in my rucksack, and there's a downpour, and this has happened to me. I mean, downpours are quick, aren't they? Poof, you know, before you know it, you're getting soaking wet through. And I'm like this, poof, boom, and it's up straight away. No messing, it's up. And I'm dry, I'm under a mobile shelter. So it saves energy because you're not having to take off your layers all the time. You know, take your waterproof on, put it back on, take it off, put it back on. It's a real hassle sometimes if the weather is changeable. So a brolly is a superb device to prevent all that from happening, and it gives you increased options with regards keeping dry.
Staying dry.
Number 2. We're able to prevent our waterproofs from getting excessively wet, thus extending their lifespan during the hike. We all know how their performance can decline in wet conditions. How very true is that? I mean, we've been on multi-day hikes before now, and the effectiveness of your gear simply declines, especially if you've had the gear for some while. I mean, I've had my waterproofs for a long time, and I've re-waterproofed them, but nevertheless they decline quicker nowadays, and I can't really afford to spend hundreds of pounds on new gear. So a brolly enables me to extend the lifespan of my gear, which is a crucial point if you're on a budget. Number 3. A brolly enables you to hike to a point where you can get your waterproofs on in increasingly dry surroundings, perhaps under a tree, in a plantation or a shelter. Yeah, using a brolly gives you time. You know, whip it out, it's up, you're under the canopy of the brolly and you're able to assess your situation. There might be a plantation 100 metres away, a beautiful old oak, wonderful tree, might be a beech tree, you know, across the way might be a shelter, in which case you can make your way over there dry. You don't have to get wet and you're not putting waterproofs onto wet gear. So that's another advantage of a brolly. Number 4. We can relax and enjoy the hike underneath the brolly as opposed to battling with the downpour. This is without doubt good for morale as we negotiate with ease the trail. Yeah, I've deployed my brolly whilst it's really tipping down and just enjoyed my hike. You know, sometimes when it's really tipping down, you're leaning into it, you know, and you're battling with the rain, more or less. Yeah, there are people that resign themselves to the fact that they're getting wet, but again, it's coming back down to that point, why get wet unnecessarily? So out comes the brolly, and I'm having a good old time, rather smugly. All right, that's number 4. Number 5. We're able to sit, break and snack beneath what is effectively a mobile shelter. Having done this before, I can testify how good it felt with the brolly slung over my shoulder. It was simply a smart thing to use. Yeah, I've been hiking before now and it's been raining. I've actually got my brolly up and I've wanted to have a snack and enjoy a nice view in front of me. So I sat under the canopy of, I think it was a beautiful old oak, I think, but it had been raining excessively and so it was wet. It was just simply too wet. But I had, you know, leant forward, I had my brolly slung over my shoulder as I snacked, looking at the view in front of me, which was of the River Wye, in fact. So yeah, you know, you can sling it on your shoulder, sit down and have a snack, have a break in pouring rain and not worry too much about getting wet. So those are 5 advantages of using a brolly. So who else uses a brolly? Are there any celebrities out there that use a brolly? People who are well known for their outdoor activities? There are. Many of you will know Nicholas Crane, who is responsible for broadcasting the programme Coast and other programmes besides. Nicholas Crane is an English geographer, explorer and broadcaster. He's located the pole of inaccessibility and hiked over 10,000 miles in doing so. He's also hiked across the mountains of Europe and explored extensively Tibet, China, Afghanistan and Africa. And he was elected President of the Royal Geographical Society in 2015. I hope you found that useful, the video, guys. The brolly is a superb bit of kit. It's a bit of kit. It's a serious tool. It enables you to save energy, you know, assess your situation, keep dry, snack, feel good, increase morale, keep your gear dry, extend its life, all sorts of things. It's a really good bit of kit. Okay, if you enjoyed that, give us a thumbs up. You know me, I always do. And if you want to comment, don't hesitate to join the debate in the comments box below. I always get back to you. And if you want to subscribe for future videos, don't forget to hit the button below. Alright guys, I enjoyed that. Take care now.